I don't really have a thrift haul to show you guys this week. I did not get a chance to go thrifting. I am getting ready to go out of state for 3 to 4 days to visit my grandbaby for his 2nd birthday. So the items I'm going to show you today, I thought were great ideas. It was something I really wanted to share with you. There are at least 2 pieces here that I did repairs to. There are a few pieces that I thrifted, more modern pieces that I really didn't like the design of, and I decided to take them apart and redo them. And then I have a couple of creations of my own that I think you're really going to love. Hopefully, by sharing these with you guys, I'll give you some great ideas of pieces you can make for yourself, or what you can do with some of those broken bits and pieces that you have laying around, let's say from jewelry jars or jewelry bags. So super excited to share these. I hope you're going to love them all. I'm going to get everything sorted out and let's get started. The first necklace I'm going to show you guys is a necklace that I recreated. This is a clip from previous content, and I wanted you guys to see what this necklace originally looked like. It was a really strange looking necklace, a more modern necklace, and I picked it up because I did like some of the beads on it, but I just really didn't like the design. So I decided to take this apart, use a little bit of creativity, and create something that was new and a lot more wearable. This is the result. What I've done here is I've incorporated the navy blue and clear beads along with these small black spacer beads that was in the original necklace. I also added a couple of beads that I already had here in my stash. I feel like this turned out beautifully, and it just goes to show you can take something that's not so attractive and turn it into something that's a lot more wearable. And I'm going to kind of show you guys how I've done this. Here are the pieces that I decided not to reincorporate into the necklace. And I've got all of these bagged up. I may list these in my eBay store at a low price because I think that these would be great for someone that likes to make jewelry or maybe even to use in some kids' crafts. So I strung all of this back together. I laid all of the pieces out, decided what I wanted my pattern to be, and as I mentioned, I had these really pretty heart beads that I had had floating around in my stash forever, and I decided to also incorporate those into the necklace. The only thing that I did not reuse was the clasp on this necklace. And again, I saved pieces and parts, and I had this old spring ring laying around, so I decided to add it to the necklace instead. You guys let me know what you think of this idea in the comments, but I am really pleased with the way that this recreation turned out. This salamander necklace is one that I created out of parts that I had in my jewelry stash. I believe that this salamander came out of either a jewelry jar or a jewelry bag. Now you can see on the back there is some glue residue. I believe that this originally had a pin back and could be worn as a pendant or a brooch. And I do need to remove this residue, and I will get around to that. It's in really good condition. The only thing I see is I think it's missing 1 or 2 of these champagne colored rhinestones, but it's really not noticeable. And unfortunately, I don't have the correct color to replace them. I may eventually run across some and get around to that. But regardless, I think it's completely wearable, and I think it is a beautiful pendant. So what I did here was I dug through my stash, and I had these beautiful beads, and I decided to finally utilize them. Now these are check glass beads, but they are modern. I purchased these some time back, and I've held on to them forever because I just love them. And you know, if you save beads and parts and things like that, it can get kind of addictive. You'll end up with a lot of beads that you're just holding on to because they're so beautiful. And I decided, you know what, it's time to use these. I have 2 different shapes. They're both in the same design, but some of these beads are round and some of them are more flat and disc shaped. What I decided to do was to take some jewelry wire for wiring up necklaces and just wire these up together in a design, put them together. I used clamps on the end, and make a beautiful beaded necklace that this little salamander guy could hang out on. And I think that this turned out beautiful. I mean, I know it's something that I would definitely wear. Here's a look at this one on the necklace stand, and I've got to tell you, I'm really proud of myself. I love the way this looks and the way it turned out. But you guys let me know what you think of this one in the comments. Is this something that you would wear? This next necklace is a repair piece. It's in its exact form. I didn't make any changes to it. I got this sometime back out of a jewelry jar, and I was really bummed out that it was broken on the end. This one was wired together. Where the clamps were on the end, it was completely broke off. It is a vintage necklace. What I did here to repair this necklace was, of course, I restrung it on wire. I used clamps on the ends to secure the necklace, and of course, I put the original barrel clasp back on it. This is definitely a beautiful necklace, well worth saving. Absolutely love these cobalt beads along with these blue and white beads. Here's a look at this necklace on the necklace stand, and I absolutely love it. This is one that I am so tempted to keep and wear myself. And you know, I run into that a lot. It's hard for me to part with certain pieces that I really like. That's probably why my jewelry collection is so large and keeps growing. I've mentioned before, there are certain things as a collector, a crafter, or even a reseller that you should have on hand, and one of them that I highly recommend is jewelry beading wire along with the end clamps. It makes it a lot easier to repair, restring, and rebead necklaces. I do have both of those items available in my Amazon storefront, and there is a link to purchase them in the description box below this video. As always, there's never any pressure to buy, but anytime you purchase something through my Amazon link, my channel does receive a small commission, which really helps me out and helps contribute to all of the content that I make. Another item from my Amazon store that I wanted to mention to you guys, I recently added this one. I've been asked several times in the past about my jewelry trays, how I organize my jewelry, and here it is. I've bought these in different colors and sizes in the past, but I was so excited to see that they have them in pink. I have a couple of sets of these on order for myself. This is a smaller size, so I could keep these in a drawer or maybe even on my dresser top for my most used jewelry. What I really like about these is they're so versatile. You get them in a set of 3, they stack on top of each other, and the dividers are removable. These are a really good price. They're on sale right now for $17.99, and to me, that's just a steal. So now is a great time to buy these while they're on sale, and I have left a link to these in the description box below this video. This next necklace is also one of my own designs, and this is made out of milk glass beads. All of these beads were sent to me by a fellow YouTuber and friend, Dana Stewart Coates over at Killer Queen Antiques. If you guys haven't checked her out yet, I'll leave a link to her channel in the description box below this video. But I thought these were really beautiful. She sent me a baggie with different sizes and shapes in them, and I want you to look at these. These beads are often referred to as baby tooth beads. And I thought, how neat would it be to combine these with the round beads and turn it into a beautiful necklace. All of the components on this necklace are vintage with the exception of the filigree bead caps, which is something that I already had here. I decided to put all these together. I laid out all of the pieces. I kind of moved everything around and finally decided the order I wanted the pieces to be in, and that is a really good idea anytime you're making jewelry, is to lay your pieces out, get your design figured out, even take a few screenshots if you need to, so you don't forget when you start beading all this up. You really don't want to have to do it over. Another thing I wanted to show you was the closure on this. This was in the bag with the 2 pieces attached. So this is the original spring ring closure that would have been on the original necklace. Now, it wasn't a whole necklace that she sent me, it was parts of a broken necklace, but I decided why not reincorporate that entire piece into this beautiful necklace. I'm going to show you this on the form, but I also want to show you something else that I created to go with this necklace. I decided that I wanted to use a couple of the small milk glass beads that were left over to make some earrings to go with this necklace. And they may not look like it, but these were the simplest earrings to make. What I've done here is I had these really fancy floral bead caps. And I'm not really sure where I got these. I've had them for quite some time in my stash. You can see that the center of them, they almost look like petals that will open and close. Well, what I did was I took some flat nose pliers, pried the centers open a little bit, dropped in the bead, and then closed the centers back up to hold the bead in place. Then all I had to do was to add some ear wires, and these earrings are ready to wear. I think they turned out beautifully, and now I'm going to show you how both of these pieces look together on the necklace and earring stand. I'm really pleased with the way all of these pieces came together. Of course, the star of the show here is definitely the milk glass beads, but I think adding the filigree bead caps for the beads and, of course, the earrings really gave a beautiful accent to this necklace. You guys let me know if you like this one in the comments. This next necklace was both a repair and a redesign. This necklace had beveled glass beads in it. This is a clip from the thrift haul video that I showed it in. You can see that it was missing a piece of glass. This was also a multi-strand necklace. It had 2 strands of the beautiful beveled glass beads and then about 3 strands of just chain. What I did with this necklace was, first and foremost, I removed a piece that was missing the glass. And then I decided that I wanted to turn this necklace into one single strand. So I connected the 2 glass pieces of the necklace, took it apart, took off some of the chain, and reattached chain for the back of it. I love these necklaces like this. I have quite a few in my personal jewelry collection. Supposedly these are coming back into style for 2025. In my opinion, they never really went out of style. This is one of those staple pieces that you really want in your collection of personal jewelry because they look beautiful worn by themselves or, of course, layered with other pieces. Now I'm going to put this one on the form so you guys can see the result of my repair and, of course, redesign. Here is a look at this necklace on the larger necklace stand because it is a longer length. And most of the vintage pieces like this that I own, they are longer length necklaces, and I have an assortment of different colors of these necklaces that I like to layer together. I also like wearing them in one single strand like this one, or layering them with different pieces. But I think this is a great piece, and I think it looks a lot better like this than it did with all of those strands of chains. The last item I'm going to show you guys today I'm very proud of, and this is my own design and creation. For the centerpiece of this necklace, I chose this beautiful filigree stamping, and I used to have several of these. Not sure if I've misplaced them or if maybe I used them in some other piece of jewelry that I decided to make, but this was the last one that I had left. And I just love it. I like the shape of it. I thought it would be perfect to create a beautiful necklace out of. So this was my starting point for this necklace, my centerpiece. I also decided that it would look really pretty to attach something at the bottom. So what I chose to put at the bottom of this was this beautiful art glass bead. I don't think these beads are vintage, but I did have a small lot of them in different shapes, and I thought, why not add those to this necklace? I also added these links. These are filigree necklace links. I don't recall where I got these at, but they were in my stash, so I also decided to incorporate those into this necklace. I also had a whole entire roll of this chain. This is a style of chain that I really like. I've used it in repairing necklaces and also in making necklaces of my own design. I did mention that this was a small stash of beads that I had. They all went together. They were the same type of bead, but they were in different shapes. And I wanted to incorporate all of those different shapes into this necklace. Here you can see I've used the round ones. I did use a rhinestone spacer in between them. I also incorporated the other ones that you see here, and these are more of, I guess you would call these bicone maybe. If I'm using the wrong word for these, definitely correct me, but you can see that they're a different shape than the round ones, and I wanted to incorporate these into the necklace also. Again, I've used a spacer bead in between them. I added some more round ones here, and then at the top I added the oval shaped beads that match the bead that I hung at the bottom of the pendant. Here's a look at this necklace on the necklace stand, and I've got to say I am really proud of the way this turned out. I did want it to be a slightly longer length, and I think this is the right length for a necklace like this. Once again, I did lay out all of my pieces and figure out my design before I cut any of the chain or started putting the necklace together. You guys let me know what you think of my repairs and recreations in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed today's content, and hopefully I gave you some great ideas for pieces that you can either repair or make for yourself, especially if you have lots of bits and pieces laying around. You guys let me know which ones were your favorites in the comments, and if you enjoyed this content, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified anytime I upload new content. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.